Yes, I'm the Dutchman, or I claim to be anyway. What I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to you guys about some things I've been doing lately and some things I haven't. Okay, welcome to 2025. Hopefully, hopefully it will all be different and it'll be better than last year, at least in my perspective. Anyway, a couple of things I've done. First off, I want to thank everybody that helped me, that support me, and has given me advice and knowledge in 2024 and before that, up to now. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Um, a lot of people have supported me and what I do, and I want to thank them. First off, I have to thank my buddy. First off, I have to thank the Lord, Jesus Christ. Second off, I have to thank my wife, who supports me all the time. And thirdly, the number one guy who always supports me is Gerald Vance of the Appalachian Heritage Woodshop. I encourage people to check him out. Appalachian Heritage Woodshop. He's in West Virginia. A great guy. I've learned a lot of stuff from the guy. Went and visited him about a month ago or so, and it was a blast. Had a good time. And last but not least, the other person that supports me, are my good friends Greg and Mary Pat. Can't thank them enough. Done a number of things for her in the past, and I love doing making things. And she comes up with some ideas, and I just go with them. So and I want to thank all the people from all around the world who watch me again. Thank you. Tonight's going to be short and sweet because I've got a lot of stuff I've got to get done, and a lot of it right now is just dealing with cleaning up this mess. Eventually, I want to do some remodeling here, but right now I'm fine. But here's my latest that I did. This is a um, crabapple tree. I like these kind of trees with this kind of grain. The wood grain is awesome with it. And what I did was there's a particular way of doing these things. Now, it's kind of like every time you do something, you learn something, So um, this is a good example. Okay, so I did something a little bit different than I normally do. It worked out really good. So that's a vase. Kind of did the same thing I learned was with the smaller one. A lot of people are running around making small doodads for Christmas. Well, this is what I ended up with. Is that's an Osage one. What I did is I took a branch. Well, I don't have it with me now, but similar was an Osage branch off a broken stick, and that's what I turned. Turned out really nice. Yeah, any of these things that I have here, these two I haven't priced out yet, but if you're interested, let me know. Okay, so another thing I did, now this is from what I got from a piece of walnut from Gerald Vance up in Appalachian country. When I was visiting his shop this year, this is one of the things I brought back a piece, and I turned this. This is black walnut from on his property. He cut down a while ago. He does his own. He's got his own kiln, so he does a lot of his own drying and milling and stuff. Great bunch of stuff, but this is kind of in particular. It's different. It's got a lot of. I love this kind of grain. It shows up the wood, and I'm big into grain. And anybody that knows what I do, I hate to butter up a bunch of my stuff with the fancy carving that people do. It's nice, but I'm a kind of a grain geek. All right, because that's my forestry in me. That's it right there. Same thing on the outside. If I can get wood that has this kind of look to it, I won't touch it. This one has been around a while. I don't know why don't people look at it, but it's a It's a red oak, I believe, and um, I did have a split in it one time. Well, not really a split, but it was a crack where the knot is, right? And it wasn't going anywhere, but I put some resin in it. I thought the turquoise resin turned out pretty good, but yeah. Anyway, um, these are all for sale if anybody's interested. Um, I want to say this one was 24 bucks. All right. This one is 72 bucks. Okay, the reason I say that is because I spent a lot of time and where I got it from means a lot to me. It may not go anywhere. Somebody offers me 70 bucks for it, I'll got, but 72 bucks. But I may just keep it myself because I like where it came from. I've got more. So this one here, I haven't put a price on it, but it's up for sale too, and so is the little one. I thought about doing a contest last year, and I didn't get a lot of interest. I mean, like now, I got 4 people. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of hoping that business picks up, and I'm going to start selling stuff online. So if anybody's interested, fine. Now the reason why I don't have prices on here because this stuff varies. I don't have like one set of bowls that I make repeatedly. That's the one thing that I got to tell people. Most of this stuff is done. I hardly ever do anything that's the same. I think I've done my whole life. I've turned stuff. I think I've done maybe 2 bowls that are the same. Well, actually, I did one that was exactly like this one. It was a set. Somebody bought that from the last art show I had, but I normally do things that are oddball and different. I don't like, how do I say it, assembly line work. So this might be my next victim here. Okay, so something like this, it's got a lot of grain on it. I like this, but I just don't know. It's like I don't want to make a really big bowl out of it because it's oddball shaped. And I thought about making it go down a little bit. But the way it looks, it's almost like a karaoke. It could be excuse me. It could be a cheese cutting board. All I have to do is just sand this down both sides. I don't know if I would stick this to my thickness planer because it's oddball shaped, and and I know my planer it don't like stuff like this. If I went like this, it would, but And this happens to be a piece of pear tree. The problem was it split. It dried out too much. So I thought about turning this into a bowl, even the way it is now, but I don't know. I may just save it for something else. But all in all, I had a great time this year. And here's another one. I started out first one I did that was this small. It has imperfections in it, but this is actually off a branch from my arborvitae bush on the side of the house. You can do, I kid you not, you can make things with small branches from your house. I try to encourage people from that. I've got a lot of stuff that I've done in the past from stuff here. Now I did a challenge a couple of years ago or last year on making something out of branches from your backyard. Usually in the springtime and the fall, I'll do this because that's when all the branches are. Springtime, you're gathering all the wood from all the damage in the winter, right? Fall, same thing. You're getting rid of leaves. I like doing challenges. So I've made a cross. There's one up there somewhere, and there's also a boat. I did a sailboat out of logs, little twigs, It's a fun project for kids. I like to do arts and crafts too at the same time. I've got this birdhouse I've been sitting on. I made for a while. That's made out of oak pallets, believe it or not. And I'm not done with it yet. I'm still trying to figure out on what to do with it. I may just leave it like that and then seal it. But I like to recycle. Okay, so when I started doing woodworking when I was a kid, I was always picking up trash, junk wood, and trying to flip it, trying to make something out of it. Pallets, I was making gardens out of it. Yeah, everybody that knew me know, have joke around about Red Sanford and his son, the TV series. That guy had junk. It was a junk man. He had all the back of his truck is all full of junk. Well, that was me. So my idea for people is to get in people involved, not just watch the TV, not be on YouTube all the time or the internet, but get something started. If you want, I'm thinking about starting my own club online here. It's the Dutchman's Wood Shack Creativity Club. If you want to be part of it, leave me a message. I really, really would appreciate that because I think y'all would have fun. We could have contests. I do a lot of research on stuff. My background's in forestry and natural resources. I was a firefighter for 8, 10 years, so for quite a while with the Forest Service. So I know my college education is background is in that, and so I know a lot about wood, and I like to teach people and relate it to other people. So, and that's just the way I am. All right. I like giving. My big thing is with the experience and knowledge I have, I like to give back. The problem is you got to have a certificate to teach here anyway. And it's very difficult to go into 4 years worth of college when you're 68 years old. You know, does that disappoint me? It does in a way because I don't think today's generation, I think they're losing out on an industry that could be fun. Mike Rowe, the guy that does a lot of the uh, shows on TV about dirty jobs and other things, I admire that guy because he's another one of those guys that's trying to get people to go to working in the trades. I did it for 40 years, 40 plus years. I did it most of my life, guys. I made money off of it. Was it easy? No. The trick of it is figuring out which way to go and how to do it. You start out working under people. And you know what? To be honest with you, a good start would be going with a union guy because the union guys will show you. You go to school, you go to training for this, or just hang out with a contractor somewhere and find somebody who specializes in like cabinetry or tile work or something. Take one specialized item at a time or and do it. I mean, I work with one guy and I have to give him credit, Chuck Jones. He's passed away a long time ago, but the guy taught me everything I know. I mean, almost everything, but 99% of it. The guy was great with what he did. I love what I'm doing. I wished I could do a show and forget about the reality shows that are out there. That's not reality because a lot of that's done beforehand and whatever. On site, I'll take this back. The one guy that I admire, he just passed away, Jimmy Carter. You know why? I didn't vote for him when I wasn't a Democrat. Okay, but it didn't matter. The guy started Habitat for Humanities. That's what counted. That means more to me than anybody in the president of the United States, whether it's Trump or Obama or whatever. He did more for this country than anybody will ever say. And the reason I say that is because that's a good organization. They help people out, get their feet wet, own their own house, and you go from there. You get them involved in building their own house. That's the key. You learn about houses, and that's kind of like what I'm doing here with my lathe work and my woodworking. Now I know there's a lot of people who don't like me because I'm not professional. Well, who cares? That's not. I mean, I'm not here to be your. I mean, if I was teaching, the first thing I would tell people is, look, you're all going to learn at your own speed. I'm not going to sit here and say, like a book. Oh, give you open book test. I'm gonna say you give you a list of stuff to do. You just do it. I don't care how you do it. Just do it. You know, if you can get it done, fine. If you need help, I'll help you. But I'm not gonna go off to. I never had that kind of instructional media when I was in school, by the way. So the land of hard knocks is what I can call it. I learned everything in the trades by working with good people. And yeah, there's some idiots that I've worked with in the past, and customers that were really good. Um, I had a great time, and I appreciate it. A lot of real estate people I know, especially locally, they've helped me out in the past, and I'm still friends with a lot of them. So it works out. And plus, I got a great club that I'm in, Windy City Turners. They meet in Naperville. If you ever want to join it, it's actually not that far from where I'm at. So it only takes me about half an hour to get there, probably 20 some odd miles, and that's it. You know, the guys always do functions everywhere, pin symposiums, turning symposiums, uh, bowl donations. They try to help out charities as much as they can. A great bunch of people. There's also another one that's more oriented towards other stuff in woodworking, like the Fox Valley Woodworkers. They're in Batavia. Another good group of guys. There's a whole bunch of people in there that I know. There's three guys in there from that group that are also in the other group. So um, I used to be in that one for like almost 20 years, and I kind of dropped out because I felt like my knowledge wasn't being used right there, so I went to the other one. And the people over there have taught me so much, so I got to thank them too. So I guess tonight's the thank you night. All I can tell you is when I do these things, I like doing them. And if you appreciate it, that's cool. Whether you don't do or don't, I don't care. But this is fun when you can collect wood, and especially when you get it from other parts of the country and other woodworkers. It, it's like I want to take this tag off and keep it because it reminds me of where I went, where I've been, and who I've talked to. There's a list that's a mile long. The only thing is, out of all the woodworkers, there's Paul and Rich and John from the Folly from the Windy City Turners, but one guy in the most, Gerald Vance. Again, Gerald Vance and Appalachian Woodshop, bar none, because he's always helping me out, telling me where to go. Anyway, I had to say that. Now, here's the thing. I'm kind of backing down from woodworking right now because I'm going to be on vacation for a little bit. But I want you to know, I want to know from you guys, I want to hear from you guys. Now, where I'm going, I do a lot of traveling, exploring, and I will be exploring other woodworkers. So if I get a chance to get to their shops, I'll take videos from, I don't know if I could do a live feed at one, but I'll be going to see Kelly Dunn, that's one, and maybe Ernie over at um, Colwood Products. And I don't know. Well, if I go to the island wood shop up there, I'll have to talk to those guys. But big thing is I'll try and tape videos if I can't do a live thing. Now it's 9 hour difference where I'm at, or a 5 hour difference where I'm at. I'm sorry. So you'll see when I get there. Um, Again, I appreciate it. I want to do a club set up online. It's called the Dutchmans Woodshack Creativity Group. And it's going to be a think tank on woodworking and creativity and how you can up your ante, up your knowledge, and think outside your box. Like I always say, if you're going to make something, don't make anything ordinary. Don't make the average bowl. Be creative. Make sawdust, but at the same time, be creative. With that note, I'm going to let you guys go. God bless you guys. God bless America. And I hope 2025 is successful, you guys. See ya.